Okay, I think that's working now. Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hopefully everyone can hear me now. Don't know why my sound card just decided not to work, but it looks like it's picking up the mic now, so hopefully everyone can hear me. Alright, I was just saying at the beginning, I do apologize if not everything goes wrong audio-wise, but also with me, if I take a second, I might just pause it like I did a second right now, just as a demo. Just because I have been feeling pretty ill this week, had headaches, had stomach aches, had pains. Hopefully it's not a worst case scenario, but we'll have to wait and see. But without further ado, let's get started with the main topic, and that is the Galaxy Fold 2. So with the Galaxy Fold 2, we are going to have two different folds. However, as of right now, it looks like the cheaper fold will be delayed till next year. And that could be because of all the issues that happened, obviously, over the course of this year. But Samsung has definitely noticed that mid-rangers are selling much more right now. So they do want to put another fold out there, a less expensive fold. So let's go over the differences between the two folds. So first off, we have the Galaxy Fold 2. And these images are from Ice Universe, so you can pretty much guarantee they're pretty much going to be on par for what we're getting. So you have this part right here, so the camera will be in the middle. It'll be a bigger display. From what we're mainly hearing, it looks like it'll probably be 7.7 to 7.9, depending on what we actually get. And then on the other side, we're going to have an all-screen display with a hole punch in the middle, and then a camera layout on this side with the big battery on here and battery on this side. So overall, I would be happy with this design. I think it's definitely an improvement from the last one. I hated the little kind of corner thing that it had on the side. So hopefully this is a much better improvement than what happened the last time around. Now we go to the other fold, the Galaxy Fold Lite. And this one is going to have a different look all around. Now, again, this one looks like it will be postponed till 2021. And that's going to be the big difference, that this one will be postponed. Now, it will also have a smaller display, smaller cameras, things of that nature. So let's take a look at both of them now. So this is the Fold Lite, and this one is going to have a much smaller display. Mind you, it'll probably have a bigger battery, which is kind of interesting. So they can fit a bigger battery because this display is so much smaller. That's why the Z Flip had a bigger battery than the Razr. But it's really interesting. So again, this cheaper version, mind you, is going to still be $900, which is cheaper than, $1,500, $1,600, whatever the Fold 2 will come in at. But that's going to be the big difference. Now this one will be a 7.3 inch display on the inside, and again a very small screen on the outside in comparison. It'll have a strip design and 3 cameras on the back. Very different from the other design that we are getting, which is this one for the Fold 2. So again, this one will be the full screen in the front. This one will have 5 cameras on the back, and it'll have the full bigger screen display on the inside. So these are the two different ones we are getting. Let me know, which one are you guys more interested in? Would you guys be interested in a Fold Lite at $900 or a Galaxy Fold 2 at, say, $1,500? Which one are you more interested in? Let me know in the comments section down below. Which one would you buy? If the Fold 2 would have an S Pen, I will pay $1,600 for it. I just want the S Pen. I want the S Pen so bad, even though everything is pointing to we're not getting an S Pen. And I'm coming to terms with that, but I probably won't till the actual launch date. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, overall, I am interested in the Fold. I really am. I think I'm going to get the Fold this year, but if it would have an S Pen, it would just be perfection. So then we go to a very interesting news. Google is getting back in the Google Glass game. And this is very interesting because it is by looking at purchasing the company that I reviewed the first generation of, and that is the Focals by North. So North is the company, and they created this product called the Focals. And these are glasses. They can be prescription glasses. And what they do is they have this little part right here, which shoots a display out right in front of you. It's really awesome. It's a really, really great design. And the battery life lasted like a week. So really solid all around. And the way you controlled it was ingenious. It was this little controller that was fitted for your ring, for your index finger. And basically you just control it with this little joystick right here to navigate. Simple, easy, never got in the way of things. It was perfect. What it didn't have though was apps. It did not have the apps that it needed in order to really like make it like, oh my God, this is a smartwatch replacement. But that of course is where Google comes in, because North apparently didn't do as well in the sales that they wanted. They went down from $1,000 smart glasses to $600 smart glasses. They cut the price almost in half just to start creating some sales. And people like me, Juan Carlos Bignell, Mr. Mobile, a lot of people that tried it really did like these. And I thought they were awesome. I thought they were really good. And I really saw the potential for more development if they just got more apps to back them. Google is now looking at buying them, which means Google would automatically have better looking glasses than they ever had before. They would have a much sleeker design. Most importantly, they would not have a camera, because that was only a projection of a screen. It does not have a camera. So the reason why this is so big is because they could be looking to buy them this year. And what could happen is the Focals 2.0 that we're expecting later this year, we were expecting it to happen around spring to summertime. But then what happened? We had to, of course, have all this stuff happen, so that got delayed, especially by a smaller company. But if Google backs them, what about when the Pixel 5 being announced, Google announces the new Focals 2.0 by Google? That is a very interesting concept that could actually still happen. And all that would be required is to update the software so that it's upgraded with Google's apps, and then you're set. Really, you just have to launch, you have to add a Google Assistant, which they already had Alexa Assistant built into it, so it shouldn't be too much issues because of the software that's already built in and the microphones that are built in. And Google Maps, you add those two and it can be pretty good. Now, these do work as a companion device. So just like a smartwatch, they're not meant to be standalone devices. They are meant to be companion devices. But that being said, it really is something that I have really, really loved. I truly do believe smart glasses will take over smartphones within about 10 to 15 years. I honestly do believe that. I believe the technology will get smaller and smaller, more compact, and having a projection on your eye area, whether it be glasses, whether it be whatever, is going to make a bigger impact, because what's a 7-inch screen when you can have a 40-inch display popping out in front of you? That is the future, and that is probably I'm pretty excited for. So this is a development that I really, really want to see. I really want to see come to fruition. Again, Focals really didn't do that well in terms of sales overall. They were very small though, so I will give them that, but man, I loved working with their team. I loved everything about it, and yeah, it's very interesting. If this happens, this could propel Google right back into Google Glass, and a much better version, in my opinion, hardware-wise, only to be boosted by Google's software. It can make a big impact. Let me know what you guys think. Apple is reportedly going to have their AR glasses as soon as this year, more likely next year though. I will say that it's definitely going to probably happen next year. Google launching these, possibly before, maybe next year Google I/O, or maybe at the end of this year with the Pixel launch, could be a big impact, and definitely could be just what Google needs to get back into the AR game. Hey, we have Rudy Can't Game. Thank you for your Super Chat donation. Just stop by, enjoy the stream, Ricky and Co. Thank you very much, sir, for you stopping by. All right, now this is one that a lot of people have been, of course, asking me about for a while now, and that is, sorry, just got a little lightheaded. That is the Galaxy Watch 3. So the Galaxy Watch 3 is one that I even tweeted about and posted on Instagram. These two looks are a melding between the Galaxy Watch and the Gear 3, the Gear S3 Classic. Those are the two that these are really kind of a melding of, and I'm okay with that. I really did like the buttons on the Classic. I thought they looked very classic style, and I really do like it. I really think it's going to be a good overall look for Samsung. And I'm kind of digging this all black. Now, I will say the silver tends to go with more bands, in my opinion, because the silver can go with more bands in terms of silver bands, in terms of colorful bands. The black is good, but you really kind of stick to all black usually with whatever band you go with. Overall, I'm pretty excited, and I like the idea of a new smartwatch. What is it going to give me is what I'm really curious about. I'm very iffy about getting a smaller battery because the Galaxy Watch, like, I have stuck more with the Galaxy Watch than the Galaxy Watch Active, simply because with the Galaxy Watch, I did have a bigger battery. So that was key for me more than the Galaxy Watch Active 2. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What are you most interested in? I know a lot of people are going to ask, like, oh, well, will it have MST back? It probably will not. Sorry. I'm just being honest. Unfortunately, I don't think that Samsung will go back on that. Okay, so Apple is saying screw you this time around. Although I guess it's common now. But yeah, Apple is apparently, and this is from Ming-Chi Kuo, who is always quoted as never being wrong, always being correct about everything Apple. And I'll tell you that that's not true. He has been wrong multiple times. But the internet swears he's never been wrong, even though I've called out on the times he has been wrong. This might be one of them. We'll see. But according to him, he is saying that EarPods and now the charger will no longer come in the box for the iPhone 12. Now, he has not specified if it will be on all of the iPhones, so maybe on the Pros, you'll still come with the new. I mean, you just got a faster charger, now they're just going to take the charger. Like, what? Like, that is nonsense to me. It really is just like, why, how, like seriously, like, I don't get why people like Apple, just because of how obnoxious they can be in terms of that. If they do this and call it courage or, you know, whatever they'll call it this year, I don't know what to tell you. It really is like the most messed up thing. Like, hey, you don't get a charger. We gave you widgets, but those widgets cost money, so we're taking the charger back. And after they just gave you a fast charger last year, now they're just going to take it away? So, I don't know. I hope this is wrong. I just can't see them be this greedy, but maybe I'm optimistic. What do you guys think in the comment section down below? Will Apple take away the charger from at least the non-Pro versions of the iPhone 12? Let me know in the comment section. Even the SE comes with it, and the earbuds. All right. Now, we got more details on Samsung Money, which I know a couple of you guys have had questions about. So, again, this is a debit card that will link with Samsung Pay, but the new details that have come out make me very wary of anyone getting this, and that's because the public has to really accept it, and I don't think they're going to be okay with certain things on this card. So, first and foremost, the big thing about it is, so yes, you will get reward points for Samsung Pay when using this. That is very good as a debit card. So debit cards, again, we'll go into the financial mode. As you guys know, I talked about, like, one of the best things you can do is put your money into a money market because it's a way of gaining interest even on a checking kind of account. One where you can use it as a debit card when you pay everywhere, one where you can withdraw money at ATMs with caveats, and one that actually gives you interest like a savings account. A money market is essentially a checking account and a savings account kind of put together. So that's what I look for in when I recommend financially for people, like what should you put your money in? People say a checking account, people say a savings account. A money market's kind of like both. But here's the caveat with money markets and with this card. ATMs usually charge you if you are outside of their network. So like I can go to a Chase bank with a Chase debit card and not be charged at all for withdrawing money. Not by Chase and not by the ATM. You can be charged by an ATM, so if you go to like a Dodger game or a sporting event, when we all can go back to those kind of things. If you use an ATM there, typically you're going to get charged a really big fee, so like a $4 fee. Your bank might cover you on their side, so they might say, hey, we're not going to charge you from getting money from another bank or another ATM that's outside of our network, but you still have to obviously pay the fee that they charge. That's what's going to happen here. So obviously SoFi is much smaller in the US, and you do not have as many ATMs that you can go to without being charged. So that's the big important factor you have to realize with this kind of debit card, that's the downside of it. The upside of it is you get Samsung Pay points. So you get points every time you use this card, and that's really good. That automatically made me start wanting to like, okay, maybe this card is good. The downside, or another benefit of it is it has, all the no withdrawal fees, no draft fees, no transfer fees, all that kind of stuff, which is always good to have. It also has insurance. It comes built in with FDIC. So a lot of really great things there. Here's the downside to it though. It will have no, and I mean nothing, in terms of a credit card number and a CVC number or a date number on there. I just don't see why they would do that. So they're saying it's a form of security. They want it as it's securing you. It's for your own benefit. The problem with that is this has to be used in the real world. And you're going to get people that say, we're not going to accept this. I guarantee you will get that. And maybe they will accept it if you just use your Samsung Pay app. But then if you use your Samsung Pay app, I guess then this is just an account and it's not there with you. So that's the main thing that I don't like about it. I do not like that they're trying to be that secure by not having any card number on there, or at least a CVC on there. A lot of merchants will ask for the credit card that you're paying with, and they look at the CVC to type in the CVC or the last 4 digits of your credit card. This will not have either of those. It will only have your name on it. Again, that is a problem that I see with it. I am interested. I think I would open an account. It doesn't cost me anything. It looks like there's no fees to open it. So I will try to open an account for this one later this year, but those are the pros and cons of it. You're going to get charged pretty much almost every time you go to an ATM, so just know that. If you don't really withdraw money though, to do your payments, you're only gaining money. You're gaining Samsung Pay points every time you spend money, which is much better than your regular kind of debit card. But the downside of it is, again, anytime you take from an ATM, you're probably going to be charged, and where you can use it might be a little iffy, because a person might say, we cannot take this credit card, we can't take this debit card, do you have another form of payment? So hopefully that helps out in your decision making on getting this one. There is a wait list right now. It has not started, but those are some of the benefits and the cons. All right, guys, that was the news for this week. Now let's get to your questions. If you have any question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. And thank you guys for all telling me about the noise again. I'm sorry why that happened. It was my sound card in the beginning, but yeah, I see a lot of people telling me about the audio wasn't working in the beginning. All right, What's your impression of the V60? Well, it's hard for me to say because I never got to test it out, unfortunately. I reached out to LG, but I don't know if it's the same staff anymore. So I'll try to reach out to LG again later this year, but yeah, unfortunately never heard back from LG when it came to the phone. So I hope that they have the same staff, as a lot of people have been furloughed. So I don't know what happened there. My wallet is going to get delayed till next year. Yeah, I understand that. So overall with the LG V60, I did like the LG G8X. I fell in love with the dual screen display. I really like that. And it's a really affordable design. I think that, you know, it's sad to say, but I really think LG should price those phones, yeah, like around the 800 mark, with the case always free at that price. And I think that way they will sell more. But also they need to have trade-in deals. Like, I was waiting for a trade-in deal for T-Mobile for it, and I don't think it ever happened. So that I was really disappointed in. Like, if I could trade my OnePlus Pro for that phone, I probably would have done it. But they never had like a cool trade-in deal for the LG, and that's one thing I really would have wanted to see. Have the leaks on the Note Ultra changed your mind as to get it? I still don't see anything special about the Note Ultra, to be quite honest. And that's just the way I feel about it. I cannot see myself not buying the Note Ultra, to be fair. I have never not bought a Note since the Note 3. The Note line is pretty much my favorite line. And I unabashedly love the S Pen. Every time I do not have it, it affects my work and productivity. I always wish I had it when I don't. So I really do miss the S Pen tremendously. So yeah, it's not that, it was never a fact that I wouldn't get the Note. It's just the fact that I think if they're going to call it Ultra, it should have at least a 5,000 milliamp battery. That's my opinion on it. Just a quick reminder. Oh yeah. Watch or iOS 14 and watchOS 7 enhancement, the Shortcuts app, make it quite incredible. Yeah, I really do think that Shortcuts is underrated on iOS, and it's funny that more people don't do videos on it. I feel like there's not as many, but it's something that I definitely think that more people should do. Google Pixel just made it easier to get to theirs. I forget what theirs is called. I know Bixby calls them routines. I forget what Google calls them, if Google calls them routines as well. But I really do love those kind of features. It really has made automation more seamless, in my opinion, and I really do like that. Smart glasses, you already know what I'm waiting for them. Just over 9,000 design. Like, oh my God. If only that could happen, that would be so great. That would be so great. Like, that needs to happen. That needs to happen. First time here, welcome Flash. Hey, when you said Google, you activated my phone. I'm sorry for that. I will wait for the Google contacts. Hey, they had smart contacts a couple years ago in testing, so it's definitely down the line. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. I hope the Galaxy Watch 3 will come with a satin finish. The last bit of news in the material was there was two kinds. I think it was a stainless steel and something else. Not titanium, was it? It was two different kinds. I think it was an alloy and a stainless steel, if I'm not mistaken. But that was like 3 weeks ago when we talked about that, so I don't remember off the top of my head. iOS 14 stacked widgets are pretty incredible. Yeah, they're basically going off of the Google Day icon at the top. So basically, Google has one that has been like that since the first Pixel, and it's basically on top, and it changes based on your location, based on your time of day, based on like your next appointment, everything. It kind of always changes based on all the Google services. So they did take that and kind of make it open to other ones, but developers still have to develop for it. As of right now, it's very much heavily iOS based for the stacking of those widgets. But we'll have to wait and see if how many developers develop it to enable stacking, because they do have to enable that, because it's like priority and all this kind of stuff that has to be done through the developer side for it to work. Or else it's just always going to be in the back. And then you can flip to it. I hope Apple does this for the Apple sheep. Yeah, a lot. I think it'll be incredible if they do that to their customers. Looking forward to the purchasing the Galaxy Fold 2 for work. I need multiple screen capabilities. I hear you. I love the idea of the Fold 2. God, the Fold 2 with an S Pen would just be perfect. Like, there would be no reason for me to get a Note if I could get that. Like, I would be ecstatic. Apple, courage. Buy your own charger. It took courage to tell you to F off and buy your own charger. That'll be them on stage. Why does Netflix rely so heavily on Amazon Web Services? Because that is where their everything is. Amazon Web Services host all of their servers, and you need a robust. I mean, I can only imagine Amazon, Google, or Microsoft could be the only servers in the world that could handle Netflix. So yeah, that's why. And although they could shop Google and Microsoft to see if either one has a better deal, can you imagine Netflix going down for a full day to a full week because they're changing their servers? Not a good look. It's a very kind of like, it's the one they chose, it's the one they're sticking with. Why don't they build their own data center? Data centers are very expensive. That's why. Very expensive. Especially, again, like I said, it's not only, it's the speed, it's the control, it's the stability, it's the amount of it and all accessing simultaneously. It would take Netflix years to do it, and quite frankly, they don't have the money to do it. I know you may think Netflix is a really wealthy company, but they are billions, and I think hundreds of billions, if I'm not mistaken, in debt. So they can't afford it right now. That's why. They would have to really cut down on their spending, and they have only amped up on their spending because their days are possibly, and what I feel are pretty much numbered. I think Netflix will no longer be as big as it is in 2 years' time. I think your big players are going to be Disney Plus, HBO Max, and possibly Peacock. But Netflix will be a distant third, in my opinion, behind those two, behind HBO, because HBO Max, I think, will consolidate the DC universe. All of their movies will consolidate CBS All Access, and they will just have a plethora of library of all of Warner Brothers, all of CBS shows, all of CW shows. They will have a plethora of a huge library, plus originals. Disney Plus will keep going, and I truly believe Hulu will go away eventually, and Disney Plus will just kind of take over. But we'll have to wait and see how that one goes. But that is a possibility, because then if you get all of the Fox library, every Fox movie, which Fox has the biggest library out of any studio. So if you get the entire Fox library in Disney Plus, it's priced better, and it will have more content than anyone else. So yeah, I think that's why. And Netflix, to be quite honest, it can't do it right now. Are you going to get the Samsung Fold 2? Will I get it? Yes. Will I return it? I'll have to wait and see. I will probably get the Fold 2 and the Note 20 Ultra, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see which one I end up keeping. They're taking away the charger so you get used to only being able to charge your iPhone wirelessly. That's a very possible thing, but it's also a very messed up move. Like, why couldn't they just wait to do that when there is no option? I don't see what the point is to do that way, especially when you're paying $1,000 for a phone. I don't know. I just don't see the reasoning behind it, except for greed. Will Apple ever have a foldable? Oh, absolutely. They'll have a foldable. They'll invent the foldable, just like they invented widgets on a home screen. But yeah, no, they are going to have a foldable, but it probably will not be till 2022. I think 2021 they're going to focus on their glasses, and then 2022 is when you're going to see the new one, and that will be their first foldable. Once everyone else has kind of figured out the foldables, Apple will then swoop in at the end and show how they do foldable. So yeah. I'm running iOS 14 developers beta, very smooth. Yeah, a lot of people have said that for a developers beta, it is extremely smoother than it's ever been. I'm waiting how it'll be when it's beta, 0.2, because I'm wondering if the 0.2 will mess it up more, because this one has been really that smooth. Bro, everything on the Note Ultra is going to be amazing. We'll see. I'm very curious. I think even with the 4,500 milliamp battery, it's efficient for as the S20 Ultra. The S20 Ultra had a 5,000. I'm just saying. Do you think Google is canceling the 4AXL was a good idea? No, I don't think it was a good idea, quite frankly. Also, the fact that they are taking forever to announce the 4A will end up hurting 5 sales when it comes out. Absolutely it will. Absolutely it will. It is a huge mistake, but one that I do not think is in their control. Google has to rely on other people to make their phone. And that's the fact. The fact is that they could release the 4A right now and be out of stock. They are trying to get a couple of million made before they do it. And that's what's happening. I was thinking about getting the Fold 2, but torn between the unlocked or the AT&T variant. Unlocked. Someone said you lose features with the unlocked, like HD voice. Oh, that is true. If you are, I should clarify that. If you are on AT&T, you should get the AT&T version. AT&T specifically actually takes the HD voice away from you. Whereas, like, if you get the unlocked version, you still get HD voice or voice over LTE, I should say, on T-Mobile just fine. I don't know why AT&T does that. AT&T is one of the only carriers that takes away features like that. But yeah, it's just something they do. So yes, if you are going on AT&T, you should get the AT&T variant. That is true, for sure. The unlocked variant is just... doesn't have all the bloatware garbage that AT&T puts on there. But if you're going to be on AT&T, you should do it. How's the fireworks been going for you so far? Friday, I got waken up at 5 a.m. by fireworks. Saturday, I got waken up at 4 a.m. by fireworks. Today, I did not get waken up by fireworks, although I have seen police around, so I mean, hopefully they caught the people that were doing it. But as I say that, there are still fireworks around, but they're further away. And so I'm hoping that they caught at least the people that were by me, because those are really bad. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what time I wake up tomorrow or tonight. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just ridiculous the times they do fireworks. How much storage is going to be on the Fold? The rumors are currently suggesting 256 gigs of storage, which is fine. I don't think you need 512 as a starting point, just because that'll make it more expensive. So I'm fine with 256 gig, and you can expand the memory. Moto Edge Plus, in your opinion, please. I have not really given too much thought to the Moto Edge, quite frankly, just because it faces a really bad case of why this phone over other phones. Because that's the hard part about the Motorola phone. It doesn't have a specific benefit over other phones. Let me clarify. If you go to the OnePlus device, it is cheaper than the other ones while still basically getting similar things. If you go to LG, it has a dual display. That's a really cool, unique feature that no one else has. Motorola just did catch up this year. After not having a flagship for a couple of years, all they did was, hey, here's a comparable flagship phone to the others. Samsung has probably the best reputation in Android by far. It has some of the best services by far, although a lot of them are garbage. It does have really incredible services like Good Lock, like ShareLink, things that no other Android device has, you get on that phone. So it goes down to who is giving you the most. Pixel has the best camera, arguably, and definitely has obviously the most up-to-date software. So that is, each phone has something. Moto this year said, hey, we're playing catch-up. And that's what they did. So that's my opinion on it. I don't see it as anything special. Hey, Michael T. You did a little thank you sticker. Thank you so much for the Super Chat donation. I really appreciate it. That's an awesome amount. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. Again, ask your questions if you have any questions. Let's see. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. Yes, it's the Google Now widget. Love it. Yeah, that's the widget that'll change depending on where you are. LOL, yeah, if Netflix went down, probably not going to be pretty. No, there will be people. It's funny because you used to say there will be people rioting in the streets, but that is not a funny joke anymore this year. Samsung just released all new apps. Samsung Max, data saving, privacy VPN, for older S7 Edge Note, but not S10 Note 9 yet. Interesting. I have not seen these apps. I will take a look out for them. Privacy VPN, I wonder if that's just powered by one of their affiliate partners. Like they were connected with McAfee for a long time, and I hated that one. It was really tough to get off once you enabled it, so I just never enabled it again. But yeah, that was something that was interesting for sure. Not to mention Disney Plus has pretty much all the shows that would help keep them afloat. For sure, definitely they do. Is the S10 still worth getting in 2020? Yeah, I mean the S10's a great phone, especially if you get it at a good price right now. That's definitely a good deal to go with for sure. Protection, preventing tool in apps, more features, paid version 2 weeks. I see. We'll see how that goes. Looking at the A71, it doesn't have an IP rating or wireless charging. And it's for my wife, 15 months spent. I'm thinking of it. Let me look that up. So I know the A71 is currently coming out. I'm still currently about to start doing videos on the A51. So I'll be doing about probably 2 to 3 videos on that device, and then I will look into the A71. But let's see. So let me look at the specs on a carrier version, because obviously that will change based on which one. So quad core, 64 megapixel camera, 6.7 inch full HD plus display, 1080p display, 32 megapixel front camera, 4500 battery, Super steady, on-screen fingerprint, low light flaw detection, expandable memory, Android 10. Headphone jack at that price is pretty good. Qualcomm 725, I'm guessing. It says the 7250, but I don't think they have a series like that. So 6 gigs of RAM, good. How much is this? Ooh, 600. I don't know if I'd recommend that one. Because what is the S20 at? Okay, so here's the thing. If the... So here's my thing. I would say if you can get an S10 on sale, it's better. It won't have the 5G, but you know, big whoop there. But it will have definitely better cameras in comparison to that A71. I just, for 600, I don't think it's that much of a good deal. Now you can get an LTE version of that device for $364, and now that will come with an Exynos processor instead of the Qualcomm, and it will also have LTE, not 5G, but everything else in that will be the same. So that's my thoughts on it. I don't think personally that phone is worth that price. Yeah, I don't think it's worth that price. Not at $600. Again, you can get the international version for about $400. I'll put that in the comments right now so you can get to see that. But that is, I would say $400 to $500 would be a better price for it. I don't think $600 it's worth that price, to be honest. I think they priced it at that price because it's 5G. I would even, you know, maybe if you can get a OnePlus around that price. Are we back? I think we're back. His wife did. No, my wife would not try to sabotage me. All right, it looks like we're back. All good? Yes, okay. So where did I leave off on? Because apparently I was just talking without you guys hearing me. So where did I leave off on? Because I was going on a tangent. Let me know what was the last thing that you guys heard. And thank you, MFX, for that super chat. It did help me realize that the mic was out, so I really do appreciate that for sure. A71? Oh, God. Okay. Well, that sucks. I went on a whole thing after the A71. Was that really? Yeah, that's 5 minutes ago. Oh my God, guys. I'm so sorry. That really sucks. There's always something up with my computer, isn't there? Like, can I do a GoFundMe for a new computer? Okay. Okay, so the thing that I went off on for a while after the A71 was, well, can Windows machines ever move to ARM architecture? If they did, could they run Android apps, etc.? So I don't think any of that was heard, apparently. So that being said, let me go over that. So yes, it would mean actually that that could happen. However, that would take a partnership with what do you call it? Google and Microsoft, which would be a lot more difficult. If Windows put use ARM processors, which they have on main devices, But again, the main issue with that is that they always have the issue where all of a sudden it just does not work in terms of being able to utilize everything they have. So basically, they have not convinced developers to make their apps work with both, or made it easy enough for developers to do it. Now, this is something that Apple is saying they have developers already on board with, which is really big. But here's the thing, as I said in the other video, Google needs to do this, because Google can do this down to the point where if they start, they can have this 100% complete by next year. And that is, Google needs to run all ARM processors. They can do it with the, I think it was the Qualcomm 20C or 20CX. It was a version of the 855 Plus processor for laptops that they put in the Samsung Galaxy Book and I think one other computer. And basically, if they put that in a Chromebook, they could have all Android apps work for the Chromebook. Not some, all of them. So that is the big thing. That is the big thing that is really... Sound is staticky? Hello? YouTube is forcing this don't want to secret out about ARM. I know Google is totally filtering out their plans for ARM because I'm revealing how much better it is. No, I don't need to update my Norton for sure. Okay, it sounds good now. We'll see how long this lasts. I think it's my sound card, because all I'm doing when I take a break is basically removing my sound card, then reinstalling it, and that fixes it. So yeah, basically, again, if Google does this, if Google puts ARM processors on their Chromebooks, all Android apps will work. Perfect. So yeah, we'll see if that happens. I think they might now, because Apple is showing them the way to do it. But if Google switches all Chromebooks to ARM processors, they will be much better. They might be more, I don't know if they'll be more expensive. That is the one thing. I don't know if they'll be more expensive, but I would take an ARM processor Chromebook at $500 better than any i3 Intel processor at $400. So I think it's definitely more worth it, but yeah. Is it already going bad again, guys? Apple Max is an application that has cloud. Okay. Will next year new Galaxy Fold 3 have 3 cameras and 100 times optical zoom, 100 times zoom and night mode? No. No. Samsung will never have that 100 times zoom again. It was an utter failure. It will have night mode, and it will probably have 5 cameras, if not 6. I'm going to try to scroll up to see any other questions you guys have on it. What's your opinion on Samsung Access payment program? Sometimes Samsung trade-in deals are way better than the regular payments. I would do trade-in deal for sure over Samsung Access. I do not think it's good. Yeah, you can find a much cheaper A71 if you look around more. Definitely, again, you just might get the LTE version instead of the 5G version. What is the storage capacity and processor for your S20 Plus? It's the entry-level one, the 128 gig of storage and Snapdragon 865. I do not get the bigger storage because I trade in every 6 months, and Samsung doesn't give me more money for the higher storage, so I stopped doing that. It's all good now. Still, my audio seems good for a little bit. Hope the Fold 10-inch Galaxy Tab folds. That would be interesting. No, but I'm really looking forward to the Tab S6 Pro. Just or Tab S7 Pro, just because I would love a 12-inch tablet. I will trade in my Tab S6 in a second and get that bigger tablet for sure. I hope the S21 is the same exact size and shape as the S20, because I pay way too much for this damn mouse case. What is this case you're talking about? Are these like really high-end cases? I feel like I spend a lot on the okay, so these are just regular nice looking cases. I was gonna say, I feel like I spend a lot on the case, the Moment cases, but that's because I get lens attachments, so I'm very happy about that. Oh, I see you can attach a wallet case to that. That's pretty cool. Oh, and you can like connect magnetically and all this kind of stuff. Oh, okay, yeah, it has some extras for it. Yeah, that sound card is really messing up. Might need to reach out to Creative because it's not good. All right, guys, I think we're gonna call that a night, just so you know the sound card doesn't keep going in and out. But yeah, we'll just call it a night because obviously this is just not. It's a perfect ending to this week for me, quite honestly. But yeah, all right, guys. Hopefully you guys have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. More videos will be coming out this week. Thank you guys always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.